Hey Mish, let's make a video today, huh? Alright. Hey everybody. I made a video the other day that explained the 40 Smith & Wesson Glock-fired case bulge. I feel I didn't really explain it all that well, so I'm going to make another video just simply going over what I explained. Well, okay, so the video is about the 40 Smith & Wesson case bulge. And if you're unaware of this, it basically, when you fire a 40 Smith & Wesson case out of a Glock, it's fired out of what I understand is an unsupported chamber. Okay, so is what happens is when brass, or I guess ammunition, is fired out of a chamber, it expands. Okay, so Glock, they have an unsupported chamber, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that it messes up brass. That's the only problem with it. I commend Glock for doing this, because you can pretty much feed a Glock any kind of ammunition, it'll chamber and it'll extract every single time. It's a great idea, but for the reloader, kind of tough, because it makes a little case bulge in the brass. And I don't know if you can actually see it. If we can get close enough here. See, I'm not too sure if that one's going to do it, but let's see here. They're all the same. So yeah, right up here on top, right there, you'll see a little bit of a bulge coming out. See, right up here, down towards the head of the casing, right here. So, yep. Oops. So anyways, that's what we're talking about. That case bulge right there, down towards the bottom. And if you use just a regular size die, regular 40 Smith & Wesson size die, it doesn't get all the way down to the bottom of this. You know, it's only gonna size down to about right here, still leaving this case bulge down at the base there. So there's several options. This one ain't gonna do it. This is just your standard. This is just a Hornady 40 Smith & Wesson full-length size die. Well, I don't know if you call it a full-length size die. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, that's just your standard die. You also have another option, and this right here. This is another option. This here is a 40 Smith & Wesson undersized die. This die comes from Evolution Gunworks. It's a good idea. The theory of it is good, because is what it does. It's an undersized die, so it undersizes your brass all the way to the bottom, all the way down, from this point up here all the way to down here. It will completely size this case. Unfortunately, it does, well, I guess it does a really good job, because if you look here, this is one that's been undersized. And if you can tell, it has, like, it really is undersized. From here all the way to here. It did take the case bulge out, but it's definitely undersized. And I've shot plenty of this ammunition, or I guess I've shot plenty of this this undersized brass, and there's really no difference at all. But instead of buying the Evolution Gunworks undersized die, there's an alternative. There's another way to do this without having to get this. And Lee also makes a what they call a bulge buster, I think is what it's called. They sell a bulge buster kit. And I think that is exactly what I'm trying to explain here. With the Lee bulge buster kit, and I don't have one, but I'm just talking. I think this is what it is that it's a 40 Smith & Wesson. What the heck is this? It's a factory crimp die. This is your factory crimp die for 40 Smith & Wesson. All this does is going to put a crimp on there. But what I've been doing is I've been able to use this for another use, and that is to take the case bulge out. Is what you do is you'll pull this apart. You'll pull this top piece here off. So you'll unscrew this top piece here. Give me just 1 second. Pop it all the way off. Okay. You'll pop that off, and you'll take this sleeve out. So what you end up with is this 40 Smith & Wesson die that just has a hole all the way through it. And this piece here, I'm not sure if it is exactly 40 or what this size is, but I'm not using this to size my brass. All I'm using it for is to take a case bulge out. See what I'm saying? So all you're doing is shoving these cases up through here and out through the top. You know, so you'll ram them up through and they'll pop out the top. And is what that's going to do is pop your case bulge out. So, oh, I know why that doesn't have a case bulge. Well, never mind. So anyways, and how you do this is, so if you already load 40 Smith & Wesson, odds are you're already going to have a factory crimp die for 40. You know, you don't necessarily need to crimp 40 because it's a straight well case and all that, but you probably already have this. Okay, now all you need is a way to shove that case up and through it. So, minus these, you don't need that. You have our brass, and you're also going to need a primer pocket swager tool from RCBS. And I'm not saying you're going to have this, but all I'm saying is if you do have this already, and you do have this already, then you already have the tools to take out a 40 Smith & Wesson case bulge. So what this kit includes is a die that rams, I don't know, I mean, what this is for is uniforming primer pockets through these little tools here. Your pocket goes inside of here, and you ram it up into this die, and it uniforms your pockets. We don't need this, we don't need this, and we don't need this. All we need are these little shell holders here. This is all you're going to need, these little shell holders. I already have one. It comes with two. I already have one set up in my single stage press. That's the small primer pocket. Okay? So, you're going to take your factory crimp die and you're going to run it down on here, just like that. Run this ram to the top and run that die all the way down until you are completely touching. See? And that's it. If you don't have a decapping die, all this is a decapping die. It does not size, it does not do anything except for decap. There you go, decapper. Lee decapper. It's pretty cheap and expensive. And if you are into precision rifle reloading, things like that, well, and you just want a neck size, well, you're going to have to decap first. So this is a necessity to reloading. This is a necessity to reloading. And hopefully you already have the Lee factory crimp die for 40, because it's just good to have. It should have come with your set of dies. So anyways, on with the video. You get your brass that has your case bulge in it. And all you're going to do is just decap it. Run it up through that decapper. Okay? And you can do just a ton of them like that. Then you're going to set that case right here on that shell holder. I don't even know if it's a shell holder actually. I'm going to call it a shell holder. But you're going to set it there and you're going to ram it up through that. And what that's going to do is take that bulge out. Simple as that. See? And they're going to be stuck down in there until you get a few through, and yeah, you're going to have to get a few through there in order for them to start popping out. Pop another one on there. Still not quite. You can see it though. They're coming through. But anyways, we'll get another one just to show you. Go ahead and deprime it. Set it on there and ram it up through there. And you can see them start to come out the top there. See that? And that right there is what's going to take your case bulge, yeah, I guess case bulge out. Completely removes it. Takes it right out of there. See that? No case bulge. Everything's good. And like I said in that previous video, I wouldn't consider this to be a sized case. This just takes out a case bulge. Not to be confusing it with actual case sizing. If you want to, go ahead and put your actual sizing die in. Go ahead and drop it in, and then just resize all them cases. Put them in there, you know, throw them in there, run it up, and resize. And now it's a sized case. Now you have a sized case. There you have it, guys. How to take out the factory, oops, not how to take out a factory, how to take out the case bulge with a Lee factory crimp die. That's it, guys. I mean, that's all I have for you. And I'm not saying you have to go get this for that little piece right there. Go get this because it's a really, really good tool, and it takes out your military crimps and it uniforms your pockets really well. It's just a really good tool to have on the bench. Also, if you want to go with Evolution Gunworks and get their undersized die, I've used it. I like it. It's good. This video is not to say that this is bad. It's to say if you have this and you have this, you have everything you need to take this out. That's basically what this video is. It's not to say that these guys have done a horrible job, because they haven't. These guys have done a wonderful job. So anyway, hope you guys learned something here today. If I'm messing anything up, doing something wrong, let me know. I'm all about shooting safe. I'm all about doing things the safe way. By all means, I don't want anyone to go do this and get hurt. Okay? Loading your own ammunition is about, being as safe as you possibly can, experimenting with, different things, and just being safe doing it. By all means, I don't want anybody getting hurt doing this. If you don't think this is a safe way to do this, don't do it. Don't do it at all. But I do know that it does take that case bulge out. And it chamber checks just fine. I don't have my case gauge here, but I would show you that it would fall right in there and be just fine. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Hopefully you learned something. If I did something wrong, leave a comment below and let me know what you think.